I'm draped up and dripped out. I'm draped up and dripped out. Know what I'm talking. I'm draped up and dripped out. Know what I'm talking about. 3 in the morning, get, stash, fire, that sweet, turning on the bed, hand, ass, tight, showing naked ass in the great state of Texas. Showing naked ass in the great state of Texas. Showing naked ass in the great state of Texas. Showing naked ass in the great state of Texas. Home of the player, so it never be no flex. So long we've been waiting, never ever hate. Less than 50 miles southeast of Austin, Texas, lies the quaint town of Smithfield. A farming and agricultural community with a population of less than 4,000, known more for its contributions to the antique industry rather than the entertainment industry. This is where the story of the man known to the world as DJ Screw begins. Robert Earl Davis Jr. was born on July 20th, 1971, the son of Robert Earl Davis Sr. and Ida Mae Deary. Robert's family members recall life in Smithfield.
Smithfield. Oh, it's a little small town that, everybody used to come to just to have fun. It was well known back then, you know what I'm saying? Real slow, laid back, you know what I'm saying? It's just not a lot of opportunity out there, you know what I'm saying? You can't really make too much out of yourself down there because the way it's surrounded by nothing, you know what I'm saying? No doors too much, no places to, proceed with your life. We just spend like our summer vacation, we get out of school at our grandma's house, you know what I'm saying? That's way out in the country, I'm talking about dirt roads. So, out there wasn't too much to do, ride your bike, you know what I'm saying? Play with the dog, think about shit, you know what I'm saying? The country ain't too much popping out there. We was close, we kicked it, we had fun together. Never no fighting, no arguing, we supported each other. We was a close-knit family.
As a young boy, Robert enjoyed the life of a typical small-town upbringing.
He was a good kid. He was very understanding, and he wasn't a radical kid. He's one that you listen and obey people. He really obeyed grown-ups. Music always been a part of our lives since we was able enough to listen to music. It was in the blood and it kept going, stayed manifested. The mom and pop playing their blues and stuff, and they gave him his own little one of their rec turntables and stuff, and he just started scratching and mixing. And we bought his first turntable from Western Auto Store for him. He was 10 years old. That's all he wanted was a turntable and some record. Each week, Screw would go out and buy him a record. Whenever he wanted to find Screw, going in the room, he on the turntable. Really, man, I don't remember seeing nobody teach him. It just every day on the table. I guess looking at videos and watching other people, but it was just every day on the table.
The lack of job opportunities in Smithfield became more than Robert Sr. and Ida Mae could bear.
They up and moved to California for a couple of years or so. They did. Screw, his mama, Michelle, they was out there for, I guess, about a year or two.
Robert Sr. would also make a move that would change young Robert's life forever.
We was living on a farm out there, and it wasn't much to do but raise crops and so forth, so we decided to move to Houston, and I ended up being a truck driver.
School was thrilled to be here because he was coming from the country, you know what I'm saying? So it was a thrill for him, you know what I'm saying? Only thing he didn't really like too much because he was missing his mom.
Robert filled the void left by his mother's absence by spending more time on the turntables.
Hey, man, with us, music was so, it was in us, like, you know how you wake up in the morning, you know what I'm saying, you get dressed, you put your clothes on, music was like that, because when you wake up, you turn the radio on, you know what I'm saying, it's in the up.
I think the music the one that really took away some of his learning in school because he wanted to be in music.
Still way back then, I mean, we looked at it as a business because we was doing house parties and stuff, you know what I'm saying? We was, you know, that turned to a house party on Friday, Saturday, every weekend out the month. Yeah, we used to, like some of the mixes we experimented with, you know, in parties and everything. People like, man, I like to have a tape for that or whatever. So, you know, we'll sell out the little tapes for lunch money, you know what I'm saying? We started seeing what kind of money we was making just from that. For us as teenagers, shit, that was a little change.
I didn't have a problem with it. I knew that's what he loved, and I did not stop him from doing what he loved to do because as long as he was in his room playing his music, I didn't have to worry about him being out in the streets.
When he got here, he had more access to music, you know, connect with different people, big opportunities for him, yeah, and he just loved it, you know what I'm saying?
DJ Chill, a classmate of Screw's, recalls their first meeting.
I talked to him, I said, man, yo, I want to learn how to scratch, man, better than what I'm doing. So I rolled down there to his crib, and dude had just records everywhere. I mean, I'm talking about, his whole living room was nothing but records. He had one 1200 and one other little turntable. He had a Radio Shack mixer, same mix I had, you know what I'm saying? We hooked up, and I seen all the records he had. I looked at his records, I looked at my records, like, man, we need to come together and do some stuff.
The two young DJs formed a friendship and a business relationship that would mark the beginning of both young men's careers.
We got to doing a club together. His partner, Charles, told Ray Barnett about, you know, you need to get DJ Screw down here and let him spin. So Screw went down to Ray Barnett and I stayed down there at Infinity. So we had two clubs going. Once they left my club, they would go down there where he was DJing.
What the sound was around the area, it wasn't no Screw until we heard Screw. You know, the cats that was out like Face, you had A-Ball, MJG.
Street Military was hard at the time.
Street Military, man, that's what turned it out.
When that song came around, it was like totally different.
When Screw first hit, man, either you was on to that or you wasn't. If you wasn't on to that, you was behind. So by the time I realized that I was adapted to it, I was in it, I had already been in it. This is not a dancing town. Niggas like us wasn't finna just jump up and, you know, move the couches on the wall. And
Boy, done that slowed it down, man, when you can hear the music and shit. Cause the motherfucker was tired of listening to the radio bomb his head faster than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He was on some G shit. It was, you know, it was a years, man, you know what I'm saying? Clarity of being on top of that. You know, every track he doing something different, but he ain't doing too much. It wasn't no sound, to me it was a feeling. You can listen to other DJs slowing music down, but then you got that feeling in that building. It's like,
And then your boy, you know, he's familiar with my partner Toe. Toe was one of the first ones, you know, that was originated was around right in that area.
You know, everybody's got to turning everybody on, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, like I say first, a lot of cats I ain't know from out there, man. You know what I'm saying? So you know, like I said, I let Tyrone get a taste of it, and then you know, next time I know Fatback, like you say, Bay. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from that whole side was screwed out.
Many disagree on the origin of the slow down style. The screwheads on one side, the old heads on the other.
Daryl Scott, I think, influenced Screw on a level that Daryl, I don't even think to this day would
even knows. He wanted to make Daryl proud. Daryl Scott played a big part in all of our lives as a DJ, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember having a Daryl Scott tape when I was in elementary school. Well, he used to tell me a story about when he was younger, he was DJing. Well, he really wasn't DJing, but his mom had this record player, and he would use a screw and put it on her record.
Well, the style itself goes far back than the times that we are aware of. It goes all the way back to when 45s was out before 33s. The albums had always been out, but we would take 45s and play around just as an experiment and turn the 45s to 33s, especially if they were fast. And that would be just something that we would do as a joke, but it was never really recorded.
Daryl Scott on the cool was the first person.
Slow music?
Daryl Scott was the first person to slow music down, man. Who the first nigga I heard slow that shit down? I ain't heard no other slow down shit.
This is where most of the credit should go to, and that's Michael Price.
Daryl Scott was the first one to press the word back in the day. And to play something going back with that Transformer shit.
Farther than that, out while they were on the cut, on Cal You Man, one night, all them boys was out there blowing. Mike was playing one of my tapes. It was before he fixed that radio to slow down. The batteries had gone down on the little radio, boombox we call it. He was carrying that thing, and once that thing started to go down and started dragging on one of my mixtapes, everybody out there on the cut kind of lost their mind. So that's where he started playing around and rigging up that little box to slow down even with new batteries. So this was done with a screw.
I had parties coming in rapidly, and he was doing mixtapes, but we were sharing two turntables. He had a 1200, I had a 1200 and a little bullcone turntable. He had a 1200 with a little bullcone turntable. So once we brought those two 1200s together, you know what I'm saying, made things better. I left him with one turntable and a 4-track and a bunch of tape decks. So with a 4-track, you got a pitch control on the 4-track. So and he had this tape deck, man. It was so live, man. He would record all his tapes on that machine and use the 4-track to pitch on with the turntable to mix. So a lot of times when you was mixing, you had to slow the record down a little bit slower than average in order to mix with the 4-track.
And when he came through, he had one of his tapes that he put together. I put it in the deck and I'm listening to it, and it's like way down there, farther than where I would go with it. And I'm like, well, what's the matter with it? He's like, no, that's it. That's what we got it right there. I said, oh, okay, I got you.
But now, Screw blowed up with it. D. Scott started. Daryl Scott.
Business was picking up as Crew's talent for mixing was becoming well known.
Well, people would come to his house and write out a list of what songs they want to put on this tape. He bought me a shoebox full of the list. People just come through there and he saved all the lists. This tape so valuable back then was that they were personal.
He making on with me, and I go over to another neighborhood, and he was like, I want a copy of that too. Okay. You had to put that list in the box, in the crate. Yeah. You had to put your list in the crate, turn the face down. And when your time pop up, he gonna call you, gonna make you a tape.
You be in there when you say this, you got a track, somebody track you spitting on, you be spitting regular. The beat be regular. You know what I mean? So when you leave, that's when he do his mix. So I can speak for me. I ain't never seen him do his mix. It's like that's his own ingredient.
MCs from different hoods began recording songs together, and the streets were loving what they were hearing.
Actually, Cino went over there first. You know, Cino and the Bonnet Boys went over there. And Casino that made us feel so.
You know, at the time I was like, look, today I want to rap on my tape.
I'ma come down, riding on poles, niggas sip drink, niggas smoke drugs.
He got a different sound. You know, they always say down south rappers, they rap, they talk funny, they country, you know what I'm saying?
Call me a king, diamonds in my ring. Every time you see me, it's a crease in my jeans.
And we used to have like the radio in the cars that ain't got no radio, called it Go Down. We be riding around, getting high, freestyling.
And I got skills, house on the hill, pop another pill, flip her out your tree.
All the hoods knew the language, you know what I'm saying? So that school era like started from like Htown and it went everywhere.
That's why freestyle shit comes. Motherfuckers freestyle, we talking about what we do.
He been knowing school life for way before anybody like knew school, you know? For the metal days. Yeah, way back, way back. And
We been in one like, go. You know, I couldn't believe, like, who are these people? And they were so wrong. So I'm listening to this, and then eventually, like, I'm starting to notice, like, Courtney, C-No from Biden Boys, Courtney, Will, they're coming over more. Dez, who,
basically, I'm born in the crib, man. You know what I'm talking about? I was like 13, 14 to school where I spent it down, you know what I'm saying? A real member of the family boy.
Hawk was constantly making tapes, and Pat was coming over, and it was like, this is all the 90, this was, the early part is like 94.
92, 93, man. You know what I'm saying? It was us, Fat Pat, and if I ain't mistaken, man, maybe C-No Nil.
C-No, Biden
You know what I'm
Boys.
saying? Willie, you know what I'm saying? Them, like 9-3. And then maybe bottom of 9-4. 9-5 came to Pokey. You know what I'm saying? When Mo came in, about 9-5 too. Mo.
I mean, then you have these dudes, this set of dudes that come in as like a little group. Like, not a group like a singing group, but it's a group of them. They're childhood friends. And it's like this group comes in and it's Keith, it's Horace, it's Tune, it's Pokey, it's Big Mo. And
I'm saying Zero, they came 9-7. You know, we got locked. I didn't know them dudes later, but they, you know, so they came in like later though.
Screwed up click. When you say screwed up click, let me let this be understood first. It's not just a sister rapper.
It was a couple more people that I met, you know what I'm saying, that was Screwed Up Click that wasn't even artists, you know what I'm saying? Cause like Screwed Up Click ain't just really rappers and artists. It was people that were from day one period.
The motherfuckers be talking about the gray tape. I can't, we started with the gray tape and all that. Nigga, what about the clear tape, nigga?
See, the thing about Screwed Up Click though, man, it's a lot of members. It's kind of like some Wu-Tang type shit. You know what I mean? It's probably 50 of them that actually rap.
LG, Kiwi,
Mike D, Biden Boys.
well, yeah, Big Steve, yeah, because Mafia was serious.
There's probably 50 of them that, you know, carry them things. You know, there's probably 30 head busters.
Stick, dead in, you know, it's long boy off Long Drive, Third Ward, you know, it's a big old, long family.
Once I met him, everybody around, it was like a whole clique of, you know what I'm saying? So it was people from South Park to Third Ward, you know what I'm saying? We all hung out.
Who about Third Wards, with Harm Club,
with Dead Hill, with Yellowstone, and Hersheywood, and man, brought all that together as a family, man.
To me, instead of saying Screwed Up Click, we could just say a band of brothers, because that's what it is. It's a brotherhood.
Gotta have this, this boy serious.
But the great tape,
Almost overnight, Screw's mixtapes grew from a neighborhood phenomenon to a regional craze.
We have to establish order. which is where this gate comes in. He was like, okay, you know what? From now on, we're going to sell tapes at a certain time, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, the gate will open. We sell all the tapes we need to sell. By 10 o'clock, we can close the gate.
From there, it was like McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Dude used to open up his gate at like 8 o'clock. Man. The motherfucker around to see the gate open. With the gate open, you know, be right there. The gate open. You know what I'm saying?
5 o'clock, 5 p.m., the line would already be long, 2 or 3 streets down. That's why the feds and stuff thought he was selling drugs.
Screw will sell 1,000 tapes in 15 minutes, dog.
The demand was beginning to exceed the supply, and Screw's growing legions of fans would come at all hours of the night to get their fix. Now manufacturing and selling tapes was becoming a full-time job.
This time you'll have cars coming through, they banging music, so a person perception was like you doing some illegal activities because you seeing all these lowriders and all these type of people coming through their community, but they coming to his house to get this music.
When I first seen him with them cars lined up like that, I thought he was doing something illegal, you know what I mean? For real.
You would think that if you stayed on this street and you seen all these cars, drop top convertibles, bourbons, all this, just cars backed up, Htows and everything, just by you gonna wonder what is this dude down there doing?
We had our own thing. We wasn't really worried about what was going on in the rest of the world. And when we did hear the rest of the world, it's because DJ Screw was putting us up on it. You know what I'm talking about? Because we really wasn't checking for nobody unless it was on the Screw tape down here.
He brought us on to every type of music. We heard California music, East Coast music, Biggie. We heard everybody through him.
If it was something that we wanted to get straight to the street, we would bring it straight to Screw. The Screw tape influenced a lot of records on the album, especially like Red Order.
Street level of promotion has always been one that moves unit and gets the ears of the radio stations who you actually trying to meet with, the radio. He's always telling me, he's like, man, I'm like a radio station. That's what he'll say all the time. He's like, you know what I'm saying? If your shit jamming, I'ma put it on the air.
You ain't have to pay Screw to put your, like some DJs, you gotta pay them to put your song on it. Your shit was jamming, man, Screw to put it on there.
South Carolina, baby. Carolina, nigga, we got a whole, look at that crowd over there. I mean, back then, Screw Tapes was really like a promotional team with our legs that was able to make it where legs couldn't go.
Man, the appearance on the Screw Tapes, man, took me places I didn't even dream of. This is shit I made like 6 or 7 years ago. Just shit that niggas ain't never heard of, and these niggas is telling me they reciting my lyrics from Screw Tape.
So, Screw did a bunch of advertising again, especially for the people that was freestyling on the tapes, you know what I'm saying?
Outside was really through Screw Tapes, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really know too much about us or whatever, so it wasn't really too much battling going on till I think till people started getting a little shine on getting deals and stuff or whatever. That's when they got their deal first or something. That's when their head got a little bigger than what the next artist. But everybody about the same, man. Nobody know. Well, nobody really doing too much no battling until I think till that time came up.
It wasn't long before SUC members started capitalizing on the new popularity, courtesy of DJ Screw.
My whole buzz and my whole everything was from Screw Tapes. Nobody else didn't know me from nothing else. It was from Screw Tapes, so I owe my whole buzz to Screw. Getting $1,500 for one song. To go on stage and wait till 1:58, barely can get into these clubs right before 2 o'clock to do this one verse.
I'm talking about, I moved 50 to 100 grand, 100,000 units, nigga, with no promotion. Big pokey.
When did you
And
realize?
that come from school, underground. Pretty soon, an appearance on a screw tape was better than radio.
It's that crazy underground buzz that, you know, only, you know, pioneers from the street can create. So, you know, he had something that separated him apart from everybody.
It take a movement, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times to make something happen. And very few places you can go where the people embrace their own music. A situation or a scenario like that where everybody out here was embracing these tapes, then now you have the opportunity to take these artists and move them into a commercial situation, you know what I'm saying? And those screw tapes allow that. And you need numbers and you need to know that they got fans. And Screw definitely had the power to give a nigga some fans.
Seriously, do it all again, man. That'll be the only promotion I do. I'll be promoting my shit on motherfucking screw tape. Hey, bitches, my album coming out this date, this such date. Go get it.
Man, Screw made us a legend, man, a household name, man. Come on, man, we hood dudes, man, you know, doing our thing, trapping. You know what I'm saying? We don't know nothing about putting no 16.
But man, when you going out to Austin and Huntsville and all these little places we was going right there, and you hearing it, you like, oh man, way out here? Which really they wasn't that far, but you know, you saying, oh man, our music stretched way out here, you know, people with all this screw stuff. Niggas was coming from like Alabama and New Orleans just to come down here to find Screw to get them goddamn tapes. They ain't getting one of them motherfuckers. They getting like at least 15, 20 different tapes, and they getting like 10 of each.
Many SUC members were getting paid for performing their freestyle verses in nightclubs.
We was in Alexandria, Louisiana, at the VFW. We walk in the back door, they pulling on our shirts, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we had cars and whips, Jersey money then already, so by us going to them little towns, they were excited on us riding on blades and big trucks with wood grain and music and all that.
You looking at this big old thing of people just out there, people just saying word for word what you done wrote or what you done freestyle. Man, you talking about sex almost, man.
Wherever you traveling to, man, somebody gonna put up night in the screw tape. Somebody. And 9 times out of 10, they gonna have a dud.
Okay, we in it for real now. We in here like the NWAs, and we really in the game, you know, cause now we getting fans, we got fans for real. And I felt like it was something real strong.
Yes, we are. Ladies and gentlemen, superstars. We never gonna change. Well, you're turn up, man. We came up with, by the bone I want to put us strictly. And here's the first shit. We go by the name of Lil. Lil, she keep young up on shit.
At a time when the SUC should have been enjoying the success of the Grey Tapes, a civil war was brewing, and the Screw Tapes would be used to send out the battle.
The way Screw really got big to the folks was, we was out there real street boys. We would play this shit in our fancy cars, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about neighborhoods full of people, everybody banging Screw. So the shit got big as hell.
Yeah, almost like a turf war for the north side next to the
Because of different type of cars we would drive.
they were all
people would say, oh man, somebody stole my car. Then they say, somebody called me and said, man, I'm in your car coming down your boulevard with your bitch on the passenger side.
Shit got out of hand, niggas start stealing his elbows and shit. Doing their cars like other niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Like everybody back then had beepers. People were getting pages. Screw used to get them. Other people used to get them. And they would get these pages. And you call a number back and it's a recording. I'm coming to your house. I'm going to rape your bitch. I'm going to have your bitch on the north side.
The north side was presumed to be gutter. You know, in the south side, we was supposed to be players. And we riding in the north side, start jacking and robbing.
I'm from Rosewood, you know what I'm saying? And you know, out there in Rosewood, you know, we always represented the north side, so if they went to the south side, they, you know, steal a car and spray paint north side on the car. But even at the same time, when they stole cars on the north side, they steal them on the north side and spray paint the south side, even though they was from the north side, just to try to throw you off.
It was almost like an underground newsletter, the screw tapes. That's what role the screw tapes played in the south side thing.
Sending messages to they tapes, we sending messages back on these tapes.
I mean, them screw tapes really brought that beat to life, man.
You know, we could get on the tape, and people would spit flows like, you niggas come out here jacking for our car, we got something for you, you know what I'm saying? So, I guess in the north side, cats wasn't feeling it, wasn't liking that shit, you know what I'm saying? We was on there rapping, doing our thing, and then I guess they had some DJ niggas was on the north side doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? On the screw tapes on the south side, there was a lot of negativity coming toward the north side, you know, they was representing for the south side, so Michael Watts kind of came to fill the void that, you know, wasn't there.
Back then, it was nothing but screwing, you know, shit, everybody from that camp was south. I don't know when Watts started or whatever, but man, I know that they were making enough screw tapes to make somebody start something so the north side could have a voice, because we had a voice through screw, man.
You know, when I first started doing it, you know what I'm saying? Of course, man, people on the north side, we loved it because, you know, it was a way that we could represent ourselves, you know what I'm saying, with the screw music form, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of the flack came from people on the south side, which is, you know, is understandable because, you know, we taking something that they had created, you know, the DJ Screw created. Yeah, you know, Screw, he invented the whole movement, you know what I'm saying? And when I, you know, I slowed down my stuff, man, you know, I got the basis of how I do my stuff from listening to the art and how Screw did his thing, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, man, Screw wasn't liking that, though.
He really didn't like it for the simple fact that they was using his name. If they would have said, I got a tape going and slow, then he wouldn't have had no problem with it.
He was like, okay, you know what? It's enough money out there for everybody. You know, go get it. But don't call your CD a screw tape.
But they took the word screw as in when the radio is playing slow, it's screw.
Your name is John. Call it a John tape. It's not a screw tape. Screw didn't do it.
I can honestly say he wasn't liking that, man.
Because, you know, being a fan of just the music, of just the culture that, you know, is surrounding, man. You know, me being a fan of that, you know, I couldn't really just ride around in the parking lot of Htown with my windows down, boom, Screw. DJ Screw, because if I did that, you know, boys was gonna give me a hard time about it. Boys even my homeboys, they gonna fuck with me about it. They gonna say, man, what's up, man? Why you jamming DJ Screw, man? They talking shit about us. And that's how they looked at it. They looked at it as, you know, and even though every tape you didn't hear some negativity, but every now and then you might hear somebody say something. I shot up Tillwell, shot up Rosewood, you know, Rosewood, or this and that. People, you know, just talking shit. They directly say, fuck the north side. I used to hear that a little bit in there. But at the same time, for what the music was so creative. When Lil Kiki came off on those screw tapes, man, he was just fresh off the dome. His wordplay was so phenomenal. Man, he was just such a wizard at his art and what he did, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't help but just respect and be a fan of what he was doing, you know what I'm saying? But from a north side standpoint, it's like, well, damn, you know, you take it personally because it's like, shit, they talking shit about us. So that kind of created a war, you know what I'm saying? There's people right now I know
in the pen that's never fucking getting out. You know what I'm saying? These niggas, they done killed people and people that got killed. And those people that actually got killed, and you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of bad stuff that happened behind it.
Now it's to the point where the tapes brought us together, so it really ain't no place. You know what I'm saying? You go to the south side cats go to the north side cats come out there. So it really ain't no beef thing. So I feel like the tapes almost brought you together because you can understand us more and we can understand where you coming from. You know what I'm saying? The closest started was when E and Slim came together, you know what I'm saying, and did their thing. That brought it somewhat to a closure. Then after school passed, that really brought it to a whole halt.
A lot of stuff like that in squash, man. You see right now, we here today and we all working together, you know what I'm saying? You know, right now we're at Kiki video shoot, you know what I'm saying, Chuck Up the Deuce, you know what I'm saying? There's a beautiful SUC, you know what I'm saying, Switch Hall collaboration going down right now. South side, north side, it's by cash, baby, you know what I'm saying?
I got a chance to see something that I was so happy about, and it was at the craziest time. I was at Hawks Wait, and I was standing outside, and I just got through talking to Slim, his brother and his sister, and a couple of their friends were out there, family members. But I was talking to them, and then I walk off, and then I'm standing close to where Slim is, but I'm talking to one of my friends, and I see Slim and Zero talking. Like, yeah, it was like a really, really cool conversation. They sitting over there talking, and it's like everything is gravy, and I'm like, you know, I just took a deep breath because I'm like, there's hope.
Well, what's good people to me? Cool people, man. You know, like I say, man, it was a trend, and trends are made to be followed. You know, so
I'm glad it's squash. I hope it's squash, because something like that started again, man. It won't be good for you, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about there's some real stuff going on, man. From the streets to the rap, you know what I'm saying?
in my heart, I feel like school would he'd have overlooked it in the end. You know, being that he set the trend and he here to keep it going. You know, and so because when a trend is set, people gonna follow it, man. And that's just bottom line.
I'm trying to take it where school left off at, man, to push it farther than where it's been at, man. You know what I'm saying? Because just because the man is gone don't mean that the art form should die.